Hey boys and girls, welcome back. I can't believe it. You've traveled across all 5 regions of Virginia. Are you tired? That's so much traveling. Well, it's been a long time that we've been working on this, so let's review that information that you've learned about each region. The coastal plain is sometimes called the Tidewater region. It is the part of Virginia that is furthest to the east. Think back to your compass rose and which direction east is. Now, a coast is land that touches the ocean, and that's where this region gets its name from. The land of the coastal plain is flat and has many swamps. There are also many waterfalls, so boats have a hard time traveling on the rivers. Now, since the coastal plain touches water, many people fish and catch crabs to eat. People also like to have fun on the water by boating, swimming, and my favorite, playing on the beach. The Piedmont region has many rolling hills. This region also has many forests. You might picture the land to be very green. Many people in the Piedmont region grow tobacco on tobacco farms. And the Piedmont region is where we live. There are many jobs for people to do in the Piedmont region. When you traveled with the Virginia Trekkers in the Piedmont region, remember, you went to Monticello. This is the Blue Ridge region, named for the Blue Ridge Mountains. The Blue Ridge Mountains are old, rounded mountains. They do not have a pointed tip at the top. In this region, there are many rivers that flow down the mountain's sides. There are also many apple farms in the Blue Ridge region. For fun, Virginians can go apple picking, hiking, and camping. A good example of this is your trip with the Virginia Trekkers when you went to Big Meadow and saw all the opportunities for hiking and camping. Now we're at the Valley and Ridge region. The land in the Valley and Ridge region has higher mountains than the Blue Ridge region. Who would have thought? It also has valleys, and valleys are low lands between mountains. As you travel further to the west, the land becomes higher and higher. There are many farms in the Valley and Ridge region. Many farmers grow apples. Some farmers raise cows for milk and beef. Some farmers raise chickens for eggs and poultry. Now you traveled to this region with the Virginia Trekkers to Luray Caverns. Now on to our last region that we just talked about yesterday, the Appalachian Plateau. The region furthest west in Virginia is the Appalachian Plateau. This region has high, flat land called plateaus, so it's like a mountain, but with a completely flat top. Now, many people in this region mine for coal. Coal is used to heat buildings and run some machines. People who are coal miners have a very dangerous job because they have to work underground. And I'm sure you saw the conditions that miners worked in with your trip to the Pocahontas coal mine with the Virginia Trekkers. All right, now that we've had a review of all of that information we've learned so far about Virginia's 5 regions, we're going to have a little pop quiz. So I'll ask a question, give you some time to think, and then we'll check our answers to see if we could match the region to the question. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. Which region do we live in? That's right, we live in the Piedmont region. What region has a lot of tourism? If you guessed coastal plain, you're correct. Because of its fantastic beaches, the coastal plain has a lot of tourism. Where would you go if you were a coal miner? That's right. The Appalachian Plateau is famous for its coal mines. Remember the one you visited? The Pocahontas coal mine. Which region is named for a mountain range within it? That's right. This region is named for the Blue Ridge Mountains. Remember, these are mountains that have rounded tops. Which region is known for its many farms, including apple farms, farms with cows for dairy and for beef, and farms with chickens for eggs and for poultry? You guessed it, it's the Valley and Ridge region. All right, boys and girls, how'd you do? Give yourselves a pat on the back. All right, now that we're finished, there's a couple things I want you to do after watching this video. First, there's a link in our slideshow of Virginia Trekkers videos. I want you to pick out your favorite region of Virginia and watch another Virginia Trekkers video. After you've completed it, I'd like you to go and finish up your Virginia Trekkers Google Classroom assignment. As always, keep watching to see how to complete your Google Classroom assignment. All right, boys and girls, have fun! All right, boys and girls, on this slide at the top, it says Virginia is shaped like a blank. So you'll click and type in whatever shape you believe Virginia looks like. At the bottom, this map key is going to be for all 5 regions of Virginia, so we're going to have to look through all of our slides to get our symbols. For our swamp, we're going to go to slide number 2. You'll right-click and then you'll choose Copy. We'll go back to the original slide, which is slide 14, and paste there. The next slide you'll need to go to is slide 5. Slide 5 has our hills and forests, so you'll do the same where you click, right-click, and then choose Copy, go back to slide 14, and paste where it says Hill. Then because slide 5 had 2 symbols on it, we're going to go back to slide 5 to get our second symbol. So we'll right-click on our forest symbol, choose Copy, go back to slide 14, and choose Paste, and put it next to the forest. All right, the next slide you need to visit is slide 7. On slide 7 is our symbol for rounded mountains. When you copy and paste back on slide 14, you're going to put it next to the mountains on our map key. We don't have a separate word for rounded mountains here, but we'll put it next to where it says mountains. Then we need to go to slide number 10. On slide 10, we're going to copy the symbol for mountains and for valleys by clicking Copy and then pasting on slide 14. Then we'll move it next to the mountain symbol. Then we need to go back to slide 10 to get our symbol for valleys. So we'll copy and we'll paste on slide 14 next to the word valleys. Finally, you'll need to get your symbol for plateaus as well. Once you've done that, you're going to start copying each of those symbols and placing them in the map above in their correct region. For example, I'll place my swamp in the coastal plain region. I can also place my valleys and paste those in the valley and ridge region where I know they go. On the next slide is about making connections. The first part says, People in the coastal plain region are the same as me because, and so you'll decide how people are the same and click to type your answer in the box below. The second part says, people in the coastal plain region are different than me because, again, you'll think of your answer, click to type in the box below. And on our last slide, you're going to write about your favorite Virginia region and tell all about what makes the region special to you. Make sure you have at least 3 sentences.